Hi. You don't know me, but I'm in this thing you're about to watch. And we had a teensy bit of a problem with every technical aspect of this. I had a location change and my camera died more than once. So you're in for a very nice treat. So please forgive us. We're going to do better, and we are going to flog ourselves several times just to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Bye. Hi, my name is Michael. Welcome to One Loose String.
Hi, I'm Jason.
And I'm Pepper.
Aww. I can hear the sad trombones after you said that one.
Correct. Correct. For
So
those of those... No, hang on. For those of you who are listening to this, that was our fourth attempt at doing an intro. Fourth. And I want it on the record that I was fine every single time. I want it known.
My incompetence knows no bounds, and I will ruin every take I can get.
Yeah.
I want to give you guys so much more work.
Hi, welcome to our actual play series.
Yeah, it's the first actual play podcast by 3 straight white men. I'm so proud of us.
The world needed more of this.
It really did.
That's right. Who will hear about our fantasies? All of these
internet.
fantasy creatures.
I have a Tumblr account for my fantasies.
So this series is going to be the three of us rotating who's DMing. We're going to be using 5th edition because that's the easiest and most popular.
Most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time.
Most of the
With
time.
some small tweaks because Jason has no chill.
I have no bounds.
You have no bounds when it comes to making stupid shit.
Yep. So, One Loose String, our main series of this is going to be mostly using Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition for the main campaign. Every once in a while, we may do a side episode where most likely myself, maybe Michael or Pepper, will be DMing another system just to expand and have something else to play every once in a while.
So, the way we're going to rotate this is we're going to have one person DM for probably 2 episodes, sessions. What are we going to call these things?
2 episodes in my mind. It will be one long session for us, but we will be breaking them up into 2 parts to make them a little more digestible.
And then the next person is going to DM, but instead of just throwing everyone into the next episode completely from start, which would be awful to have to do every single time, what are the rules of this place, that sort of thing, the next person is going to DM in a completely separate location, and they are going to have what we're going to call a planning session. So it's going to be a little bit of time with all of us together creating a world, and
then going to run amok in it.
Yeah.
And then ruining it.
Ideas for a world prepared. The players who will be in that session will be asking questions, making changes as they ask them, and adding new flavor and details that the DM might not have thought of during that time when they were planning.
I can already envision that, like, we're all going to have the same 3 questions that we ask every time. I can already envision that. Very exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be... Oh, God, we're 10 minutes? We're 4 minutes maybe even into this, and you're throwing in some Monty Python.
Fuck you, I want to throw in Monty Python.
I'm excited to hear the accents that are coming out of this. I've got some voices already.
Every Monty Python and the Princess Bride reference right now.
Well, then what will you?
Yes,
what will you
100%.
say? What will you say? You won't say anything, Jason.
If we get rid of the
He's starting now. He's starting now. Look at it. It's incredible.
Jason, I wrote this script perfectly word by word, and we are going to read it perfectly word by word.
Yes, Michael.
This is why we've had to do 4 takes. Hi. My name is Stanley Kubrick.
It's 127 to go.
Alright, so, are you guys, I am in a location right now I might not be in for the whole, session, but, I will be in a different location next episode, definitely, so don't be scared. When this is gone, change is okay. Change can be good. It's a fun little wall. It's a fun little wall.
Pepper, you look concerned.
Yeah, in general. Just across the board.
What's new?
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we ready to start?
Well, so for this first session, we decided that we were going to break this up into 3 different little mini things. Mini challenges.
Trials, yeah.
Just to get the rotation established, get everyone a chance to do something for this first session.
So I'm gonna start DMing. I'll explain it in game, but next is gonna be one of the other 2, and then after that, another person is gonna DM. So you're gonna get all of our flavors into this this broth, this chili that we're making together.
A taste of
Disgusting.
each of us as a dungeon master, as well as each of us as a player. That way, you can kind of get a feel for how each of us play the game, how we prioritize certain things. Each of us will also be running a different type of encounter or challenge. That way, we're not just throwing our characters into 3 different combat challenges.
Because that'd be boring.
You will taste us as DMs. You will enjoy us as DMs.
I wouldn't make that promise yet.
You could figure out within the first episode which one of us you hate as a DM.
It could be all of us. It could just be one of us. It could most likely be Michael.
We will see which one of us you have the stomach not to hurl through. We're giving Jason lots of options for this editing process.
Yep. You realize most of this is just gonna be in here.
Yeah.
That's fair. So, if we're ready to start, are you guys ready to start?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, if we're ready to start, I gotta say, I'm ready too. Let's get started, everybody.
We are nothing but a cavalcade of fuck-ups. Let's go.
Smash cut! Okay, okay, so, before you 2 are introduced to each other, tell me about your character, Jason. Jason, what's your character's name, first of all?
Firstly, my character is named Finn Ulster. I am a Simic hybrid. I am also a ranger for my class. I have very pale, almost albino white skin with 2 glowing blue eyes that look unnaturally iridescent. I am the product of a science experiment gone wrong, and I am now stuck here working for our organization, the
Coalition of Interplaner Explorers.
The Coalition of Interplaner Explorers, as just a new hire. I've been here for a while, but this is my first time stepping into field work, for lack of a better state. I had a desk job before this.
And where are you before stepping into this world that I'll get into in a moment? Where are you just before you go there?
I would still be working for them. I just would not be an active field agent. I would be working with the person who is responsible for my condition, I guess let's call it, Dr. Riza Griffin. Her and I fled.
Dr. What? Hold on. Give me that one more time.
Dr. Riza Griffin.
Dr. Riza Griffin?
Yes. First name Riza, last name Griffin.
Are they a fantasy rapper?
Sure. She is a fantasy rapper.
What? Pepper didn't like that joke? Oh no, Pepper!
Pepper's not gonna like most of these jokes.
Okay, so you are being sent off by Riza Griffin to go start your field work, basically?
Yes.
Okay, and Pepper, tell me a little bit about your character. What's your character's name? What do they look like?
Yeah, my name is Irvin Gramiak. I'm a Gith Zerai. I'm an artificer. I'm tall, pretty lanky. I honestly kind of look a little emaciated, as most Gith do. I've got like yellowish green skin, long pointed ears. I'm pretty just like lithe. I'm wearing like scale mail, but it doesn't look like it fits me super well. Like I'm barely filling it out. Like I'm a child who found their dad's coat.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm
tell
tall.
Me a little bit about. Tell me, would you like to tell me about what your race is, the Gith? Because none of us pick picked the regular old human.
None of us picked human or dwarf or elf or anything normal.
None of us picked the standard fantasy race.
Yeah.
We'll get into my character in game later, but for now, could you tell me what is your race? What is your race?
So
we would have found this out about each other.
Yeah. So the Gith, they were originally enslaved by mind flayers, and then they broke free. And they're there's two different ones. There's the Githyanki and the Githzerai. One of them, I'm pretty sure the Githyanki, are basically space pirates.
Yeah, they ride red dragons through the plains and such.
Yeah.
In search of destroying mind flayers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And the Githzerai are like monks. They're like psionic monks. They just like chill.
So you live almost in a monastery kind of situation.
Yeah, it's a monastery, except instead of like wisdom, it would be intelligence.
Okay.
So it's like half school, half monastery is like their whole vibe.
That makes sense. And Jason, can you tell me a little bit about the Cynic Hybrid Finn's race?
So the Cynic Hybrid are a race that come from Ravnica, Magic the Gathering setting. They are a race, or the Cynic Combine transfer like magical energy of different animals and creatures into these people, and they gain their powers. So in Finn's case, I have Manta Gliding ability. I can fall, and then I can reduce the amount of falling, like, damage I take. So if I fall 200 feet, I can reduce that down to 100 feet, because I can reduce it by 100 feet. Because I can just glide gently to the ground.
You little bastard.
I could have taken the acid gland.
Oh, I don't want to know that there's an acid gland. I don't want to know that there's an acid gland.
I can spit acid.
Why do you have an acid gland?
Huh?
Why do you have an acid gland?
I don't have it. I could have taken it. It would have let me
I don't like that you could have
and deal like a d6 acid damage or something.
I don't like that you could have put a gland in your body, and that was an option for you as a character. I don't like that was like a choice of, oh, maybe I'll put this on today. What about my gallbladder today?
Oh, no,
that's
sorry,
looking
I can't
a little...
take that one till 5th level. I was wrong. So I could still...
Oh, good, okay. Well, then it's completely fine.
Jason is going to become an organ monger. I can see it.
Oh, God. What the fuck?
Hey, kids, wanna buy a liver?
Hey, Todd, what the fuck?
Hey, Todd! So, you two, you're at the monastery, Irvin, and Finn, you are in a separate location. None of the... We'll get into this, but none of the locations that are bases for the organization you two joined, none of these places, these bases, are in the same place. There is a base for science. There is a base for combat. There are separate little hideouts and hideaways in different planes all across
the universe.
The known universe.
Yeah. No, multiverse.
So,
universe, yeah.
We're about to introduce a pretty important mechanic for our game, and that is planar travel. In this world, in every world, you have been kept separate. You can travel through the different planes in your planar system, like going from the material plane to the ethereal plane, but you couldn't break through farther than that. 100 years ago, or 150 years ago, someone managed it and became the first and only group of people who can travel across the different planar systems. That's knowledge that everyone in this organization has. And you've been given this knowledge a few months ago when you began training for field work. Today is going to be your final test. You've gotten notification from the Coalition of Interplanar Explorers, the CIE. You've gotten notification about time and place, and each of you stand before a closed door. Jason, I'm kind of imagining your door being more metallic.
I imagine mine is more science fiction-y, kind of like a Star Trek door that kind of opens on its own as you walk towards it, either raising up or just parting to the side in 2 panels.
How can I motion? Maybe it's a move Earth spell in a particular location that it like gets it pushes a part of the wall out of the way, and then once you exit the room, it pushes it back in to keep things sealed.
Yeah, that works.
Or telekinesis would also work for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's some sort of magic that moves the blocks independently. And Pepper, your monastery, what kind of doors would you have in this monastery?
It would be like a black like obsidian kind of stone.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's a little gothic. It's all a little gothic in terms of architecture and just like general demeanor, because escaped slaves and all that. Kind of puts
That's
a damper on the whole vibe.
You are not in a happy monastery, are you?
No, we're not. No, we're not.
So, that is all the door description I'm going to allow for this episode. That was a lot of door description at once. So, we're not going to do any more door descriptions. So, you two... Oh, God, my pages! So you two are at the exact same moment, and oddly at the exact same place, spread across the universe. You two from different planar systems are standing in front of your doorways, and you do as you were told, and you knock on this door 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then the door opens. For Jason, it pushes back into the darkness, and for Pepper, it opens towards you. And inside, you can see darkness. Do either of you want to roll perception to see how far into this darkness you can see?
Sure.
No, I'm just gonna walk in.
Well, that's ridiculous. Look before you go.
No.
All right.
Okay.
I'll roll.
I'm just walking into the darkness and taking my chances.
Well,
I like that.
That's a 4, Michael.
It is pitch black. It is like looking into a muddy lake. You can see nothing behind this curtain of darkness, which is very close in color to the door that you just had. So maybe you just think it's still closed. I don't know.
I heard it open.
Do you walk through?
Yeah, I walk through.
Okay. So you both step through this doorway, and all of a sudden, replaced by this darkness is light. Brilliant light of all colors, and it shoots past you in strings that you can almost feel rushing past your face. You are jettisoned through space and time, and at the same time you are not moving in the slightest bit, almost watching as everything moves around you. And you both experience this huge shift in perspective, and you hear a voice come over in your minds, overtake any thought you had. The voice is warm and comforting because it's a marketing pitch. What you hear in your brains is, "Welcome to the demiplane of the Coalition of Interplaner Explorers. The CIE was founded with one goal in mind: protect the planes and their innumerable residents. Using a proprietary device discovered centuries ago by CIE founder Olkar Altreskin, we alone can freely traverse the many planar systems in existence. You have been selected as a potential new hire. Congratulations and/or sincere condolences. Up until this point, you have been tested individually and observed for several months to determine your precise strengths and weaknesses. Today will be your inaugural test with your predetermined partners. Each interplanar crew, of course, requires 3 agents to avoid what we at the Coalition call travel burnout. Welcome to your new home. Welcome to the coalition of Interplaner explorers. Good luck and good travels. Note, if you have received specific orders to step through this portal and have not, please remain calm. Your home plane will be reminded of your instant demise. And then, like nothing happened, you're suddenly in a bright room.
I feel like that was beamed into our heads like a 1950s infomercial.
Yeah, you step into this room and all of a sudden all the huge expansive feeling is gone, and you are left with this feeling of as if you just stepped through the door. You just took a step into this room, and you now have this speech kind of burned into your memory. You could recite this speech perfectly if you needed to. It's not a great feeling. And the first person to come through is Finn. Finn, what would you be looking for as you stepped into this room? What's something you would think about?
I would be looking for either the person who just spoke to me through my brain, or a contact in general to get me up to speed about where I need to go next.
Okay. In that case, you look out into this room, and the very first thing you notice is that you are standing in one doorway. Behind you is that blackness that you didn't look into. Is that blackness that you walked straight into, trusting me as a DM. Your first mistake.
I'm aware.
But there's also 4 other doorways that are to your right. You are standing at the leftmost one, and in the center of this kind of octagonal room, there is a person standing there. A person who is wearing a silver tunic that goes from basically the top of his neck all the way down to his feet. It is the silhouette of like priestly robes, but it's all silver chainmail, and it just drapes across his body very lightly. You don't get much of a chance to look at him before you hear someone else step out just to your right. This person is Pepper. Pepper, you see the same thing as Jason, except to your left, instead of seeing, well, one of your kind, you see Jason. Jason, how do you think you would describe yourself as a... what's your first impression? What's the first impression he gives off?
Notice is how pale I am, because I have... It looks like I've never stepped outside in my life. Or that my eyes have, like, this weirdly unnatural blue glow. That is one of those would be the first thing you notice about me.
It would be the skin.
Yeah.
Okay, you look over and you see someone paler than I am.
My God.
I know. He looks like his skin is made of printer paper, is what it looks like.
Hot off
so you look at Jason and you look at Jason and he looks like this. Here we are.
You're having fun with the light, aren't you?
Oh God.
I love this light. This is my first time using it. So you see this pale individual. He looks like a tall golem. Irvin, what's the first thing that Jason would notice about you? What stands out about you?
I kind of look like if an elf was colored by, like, vomit. Like, I'm a vomit-colored elf, kind of. And I look incredibly, like, I haven't eaten. This man needs a burger. This man is very, 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 very thin.
You're like if an elf was left in the refrigerator for too long.
I could be molding. You don't know.
Oh, you guys are gonna have to do
I have
like a
bleach in
talking
my
encounter
inventory?
first.
Do you have bleach?
Oh man. Okay. So you two step out and you're alone for a moment with this person in the middle of the room. Do you talk to each other? Do you talk to the person? What's the first thing you guys would think to do once you two step out? We have no good-looking characters in this. I
Nope.
just
You're not.
realized.
No, we're all ugly.
We all like stand out like a sore thumb.
We're all ugly, and then we're also playing D&D.
Yeah.
So we're also ugly.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just
That was
going
the joke.
to stare at Irvin.
And I'm gonna be staring at him.
Concerned for his well-being.
I'm also concerned for yours. We just keep like locking and like it's like I will lock eyes for you for like half a second and then I'll look away and I'll like look down and then I'll like try to look back up and you'll still be looking at me. I'll be like,
Oh yeah, no, I am unbreaking in my like line of sight. I am
and it's
constantly
making me
staring at him.
incredibly awkward. It's like, oh, please
You know-
stop.
This feels like a scene from like the original Heathers.
Oh,
Jason
God.
is a serial killer who is staring at you, and you're a shy high school girl who maybe he's just cute. Christian
then
Slater.
on
Except
my
Christian
hip-
Slater has been dragged through acid and also the sewer.
On my hip, I have a short sword, and then on my back, I have a longbow as well as a crossbow, and then 20 bolts for each of them.
Okay, so you two stare at each other for a long moment, and the person in the center of the room clears his throat a little bit, and he says, hello? My name is Ulysses Kaldek. I am the current director of the CIE. I'm sure you're familiar with me. You must have read about me in your required reading.
Oh, yes.
Yes, yeah. I'm right about you.
Yes. Yes, well, normally I wait for the full Interplaner crew to assemble, but there's a bit of a mix-up here. We were going to pair you with another adventurer, but we have decided to instead save our money and our time, and we've paired you up with a new construct. If that sounds all right with the two of you.
Ooh, I love constructs. What is it made out of? What is its design? Is it mechanical? Is it magical? How does it work?
Well, that's the thing. We just bought it 2 days ago. We would have let you know otherwise, but we had to get the sale and the receipt, and there was a whole gift receipt situation as well. But that's unnecessary.
So, are we allowed to return him if we don't like him?
Well, that's rude.
I was honestly figuring it would be the junk pile, but
Understandable.
so we're just, and he looks at his wrist, and there's like no watch there, but he's looking at as if there's a watch. We're just waiting for that construct, and he like turns his head to the side and yells behind him.
Is
And then he
everything
sits
okay,
there for
sir?
a moment. Yes, the portals you step through, they travel through space and time and instantaneously teleport anything and everything, and he's late.
That doesn't seem scientifically possible.
See, that's what our scientists have been working on.
I
But if
would
you can-
very much like to meet them and figure that out.
Well, you could meet some of our scientist crew here right now, actually. And he points to the thing beside you.
Hello there. How you doing?
This is Finn Ulster. He is one of our apprentice scientists, and he is working his way towards a full scientist scholarship. That's why he's here, of course, working on the field work.
You're a scientist.
Technically speaking, yeah.
That's a lot of weapons, man.
Sometimes
And
the
he-
experiments need to be put down, you know.
My God.
And he points his placid hand, he points it over to Irvin, and he says, and Finn, of course, this is Irvin Grimiak. he is going to be one of our. He's actually going to work in the science department. Yes, he's going to be doing experiments.
More applied things, I think. Chemicals, that sort of thing.
Oh, well, this was going to be the science group. That's why we got you a construct, of course, to fiddle with.
Okay.
And
yeah, no,
well,
of course.
We can work something out. Of course. Just waiting on, and as you see him kind of rummaging through his brain to try and figure out what to say next, you hear the door, but right next to you, Irvin, the third door in line, it opens, and out of that door walks this gigantic person. He is huge. He looks like a statue brought to life. And as you look at him a little closer, you realize he is actually made of stone. He is a humanoid person. He's got hair pushed back, seemingly moving in the wind, even though it's stationary. And he has a long sword at his side, and he's wearing a huge set of chainmail over his stone body. And he steps forward, and the rector sighs like a breath of relief, and he says, yes, this is Erik. And before he can say anything else, he stands at attention, the statue, and the statue says, I am Erik Steelguard and his steed. Centuries ago, I, Erik Steelguard, conquered my world. Then I was turned to stone by a nefarious necromancer. 1 year ago, I was revived by a less nefarious necromancer, Egog the Defiler, my papa. After decades between life and death,
Erik,
my goal...
Sorry to interrupt you, but where's your steed?
I was gonna ask that too. That's a good question.
He looks at you blankly for a moment, and he says, I'm confused.
I look at Finn. I just put my hand up to Finn. I'm like, Finn, I think I'm gonna have to take a look at this later.
And he says,
this is why I don't like
are there
constructs.
any more questions?
No.
Several, but I'll save them for later.
All right. And he, assumes the exact same pose he was in before he was interrupted, and he says, after decades between life and death, my goal is clear. And then he looks down at the two of you, patiently waiting. And he's smiling.
Your goal is what?
I'm here to do whatever it is we do here at this company.
I look back at Ulysses. How's he looking?
And we're back after some mild technical difficulties.
Oh my god!
Anyway,
So, God, okay, so we are back after, an hour, because my camera died. My camera died, and I'm in a new location. I'm in the darkness of night. I'm filming from inside your nightmares.
anyway,
That's true.
Erik just appeared.
Yes, Erik has appeared. He had his spiel, and yes, he stares at you guys politely, waiting for the next person to talk.
Alright, so, hi, Erik. I'm Finn. And I just extend my hand out and, this is how humans interact, correct?
He takes your hand and, shakes it really vigorously, and your whole body kind of shakes with it. And he says, it is glad... shit. He says, I am glad to meet you, friend.
Glad
And he turns to...
too.
He turns to Irvin,
who is just like scared in the eyes.
Yeah.
And he just like puts out his hand very like gingerly. He's like, I'm Irvin.
He
don't hurt me.
He thinks for a moment, and he very gingerly he pinches his fingers together, and he like grabs your little hand and he shakes it.
Okay. So he knows restraint. That's good.
That's
useful.
Director Kaldek, as you guys have met him, he turns and he says, "Yes, very good. Now your troop is together. We will be putting you through 3 tests today. This is to make sure that every configuration of your team works well together, of course." And he steps to the side and gestures to the door behind him. It's not one of the portal doors. It is a door that is open into the rest of the area. Who's gonna go first?
Nope.
I'll just start walking towards it. All right, let's get this over with.
Okay.
All right. Erik follows behind the two of you, and as you walk through this place, you see a lot of clean marble that lines the walls. This place looks like a temple or a monastery, but you can't see any holy symbols or anything like that. The hallways have ceilings that are 10 feet above the ground, and doorways that open into areas where people are you know what, actually give me perception rolls for the two of you.
Okay.
18.
Okay, good start.
This is actually the first time I've rolled this campaign, so yeah, 18 from a first roll.
Another 4.
Why do you keep rolling 4s?
So with your 4, I think you're a little taken aback. You live in a monastery, so you're used to dank. Well, maybe not dank, but you're used to darkness, closed-in hallways, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here it is one of the most wide open spaces you've ever seen, especially an indoor space. It is miles in circumference, this huge thing. It is gigantic. And as you pass through doorways, Finn is able to notice these things. You look into doorways and you see people studying under teachers. It's like walking through a college at certain points, and at other points it's like walking through a chemistry lab. There are alchemists and scientists milling about, putting files in certain places. You are in the dead center of the headquarters of this gigantic organization that you've been given little information about, honestly. But it seems to be a place of learning, and it seems to be a place of order more than anything else. As you guys are walking through this place, Director Ulysses Kaldek, he is an elf. He's wearing the silver chainmail tunic, as I mentioned earlier. And you notice that the people around you are also wearing similar chainmail in different figurations. Some people in pants and shirt. Other people are wearing plate armor made out of the same silver material. But everyone is decked out in silver. What are you guys wearing?
Go ahead.
I'm in, like, kind of grubby leather armor that looks like it was just patched together from what was lying around. Standard leather, nothing super spectacular. Enough to be like, yeah, this could take a couple hits, but it also looks like it's been through hell and back already.
Okay.
I'm in a set of scale mail that is mostly black, with like a little like green accent work here and there, and it looks like it was literally just taken out of the packaging yesterday.
It's brand new.
This is baby's first armor. This is baby's first armor.
Baby's first armor. That's good.
So we've got tired, old, weary veteran and baby's first adventure.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got a statue following behind, and you can hear him behind you. He's clomping around, but he's also every once in a while saying, "Huh. Ooh. Mmm." He is not saying a single word about anything.
He's just making noises. And
without your insight check, you can tell he's doing his best to understand things. So eventually you get to the end of this long hallway with doors on either side of the hall, and you get to the end of this hallway, and at the end of this hallway is a doorway. And the director says, "So, we will be testing you 2 at a time because, well, every single mission there will only be 2 of you on at a time. As you are all very well aware, we cannot have too many people dealing with any sort of issues caused with interplanar travel." And he smiles at you. And he says, "For this first test, I will have Erik step to the side. We know he is a master negotiator, as was told when he was sold to us." Erik nods very fervently.
Erik, can you tell me what the word negotiator means?
You let me see if he knows that word. I'm just gonna roll a straight d20 and get an over under on this. So that's a no. So what he says is, "When I was king, I had a great many different challenges. I wore many hats. I was chef, husband, wife, father, janitor."
Alright then, yeah.
What was your question?
You are a great negotiator, understood. Moving on. I'm just gonna
the director
pull Irvin to the side. I'm not sure if we should let him speak on missions, so I ain't the best with people, though.
I'm not either.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Alright.
Okay.
So we're fucked.
So the the director sends Erik on his way, and he walks into another location. He walks through a door out of the plot, and the director says, "Now, for your first mission, you will need a pair of this." And he gestures to the side, and out of one of the doors comes a scientist. They're wearing goggles, and their lab coat is basically this leather outfit, like an apron, like you would expect a blacksmith to wear, with holes eaten out of it from something. There's just holes in this leather, as if something was shot at it, like buckshot. But what he's holding are 2 tunics, much like what the director is wearing, with this brilliant silver material. And he says, "Please put these on. They will act as your armor for this encounter."
Okay.
I'm just going to gently put it on and then place my leather armor on top of it.
He nods, and he gestures to the door, and he just walks away. He doesn't give you any sort of information. He just steps to the side and walks through a door, leaving you at the end of this very long hallway with a door that is closed.
Finn, right?
Yeah, what's up?
Door.
Alright, I'm just gonna go. Is it like a push door? Is it a pull door? Does it just slide
I
open?
said we weren't gonna describe a single another door.
I just want to know how I'm stepping into this room.
It's got you push it open.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just going to take both hands and push open the doors. I'm assuming these are giant double doors for some reason.
Yeah, sure. They're double doors. So you open those. You open the doors, and just like at the monastery and at your home laboratory, or well, at the other laboratory, you guys see a darkness within. But you at least know that this means that it's a portal.
Okay.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
That seems cliche. I walk in.
Go in with it.
Once again, you two step through the door, and rainbow, everything, blah blah blah. We've been through this. You step out, and you step out into a small room, basically, in a tent somewhere. If you glance down, you can see that you are no longer wearing these tunics that you were wearing. You can't really see the chainmail that you feel on your shoulders. It is just gone. Which one of you has a higher perception?
Me.
Him.
I have a +5 perception.
That's always... Okay.
I have a -1, thank you.
Yeah, I saw.
So you would be the first one to notice them. You are standing at the entrance into this room, and there are two people seated at a table. I say people, but one of them is very small. He's almost goblin-like. Goblins are people too, that's right. He's almost goblin-like, and on the other side of the table, you see, hunched into this tent is this 10-foot tall creature. He has gray skin, but unlike the stone texture, you know this is skin, the stone of Erik, you know this is skin now. He has on a basic loincloth, and there on the table there are two little circlets sitting on the table waiting for you, and both of the people at the table make noises that should be language theoretically, but neither of you understand what they're saying.
Okay.
Are there chairs at the table for us?
There are two chairs right in front of the two circlets that are on the table.
I am going to take the left chair.
Yeah. I'll take the right.
Okay.
I'll put on the circlet, because I have an idea of what this is gonna do.
I'm gonna let him put it on first.
So, you put the circlet on, and you put the circlet on, and you don't notice anything, really. Nothing changes, but this deep voice from the giant, just to your right, this deep guttural grunting language that he was just using is now replaced by common. And the giant says, "Well, I was waiting for you guys to show up. Really, you should have been here moments ago."
Many apologies for being late. I'm gonna look at Finn and I'm gonna say, put on the circlet. Put it on.
And I just put it on top of my head.
Both of you can now understand the languages these two are speaking. Who do you guys want to talk to? You've got a giant and you've got a goblinish gnome creature.
Let's talk to the giant first, because he was saying he was waiting for us.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
I'm sorry we were
Who's leading
late.
this?
We were waiting for another compatriot that's not here with us right now.
The giant sighs and sits as far back in his chair as he can without his head hitting the roof. And he says, "Well, You are the negotiators, yes? It's time to negotiate. And he puts his hands on the table and he says, we want our queen back.
I look at the goblin-esque and I'm gonna say, so where's the queen?
He lets out a little chuckle and he says, the queen is safe. We wouldn't kill the queen. I should probably give a different voice so that you can differentiate.
French. Make him French.
I'm not doing French. You can't make me.
I can't do a French accent.
The queen is safe. We wouldn't kill the queen.
Alright. What are your terms for releasing the queen?
What do you want in return for the queen? Maybe something to change your voice?
Well, you don't like that option? You don't like the audio terror that I'm doing right now?
Go ahead. Live your dreams.
So, the gnome says, all you have to do is get them to release their blockade.
The blockade?
Yes, weren't you prepped about this?
No.
Yes, we were prepped about this.
Oh.
we know about the trade blockade, yeah.
Yep. I forgot about that. My apologies.
Both of you roll deception saves for me. Or roll deception.
Look.
I'm gonna change my lighting just a little
-2.
That's a 17 with a -1. So, 18 with a -1, so 17.
That's a 0. That's a 0.
Let me take a look at... I know he's got a good insight. Hold up.
He doesn't need it.
He doesn't need it for you. Yeah, okay. So the gnome and the giant, they accept that, Finn knows what he's talking about. And, the giant says, new recruits are always so difficult to train.
Yeah. 100%.
I'm just staring at the floor.
I'm just gonna kind of elbow him under the table, like, help me.
I'll shoot back up. So why the blockade?
The giant says it's not a blockade, it's an environmental hazard, okay? They're going through the mountains and they're ruining the psychic worm's environment.
Psychic worms. Okay. Is it possible that we could create an alternate route that would be easier, say make a section through the cave that would not disturb the psychic worms, or over the mountains, something to where
as you're saying this, the gnome creature, he says, fuck the worms.
But what if Mr. Gnome Sir, what if we made a way for you to go around but still as fast as through?
Well, I'm gonna change his voice a little bit to help Pepper. Well, I mean, if we go around the mountain, it would take longer to get through the mountain pass. And also, recording stopped. I'm back. Well, if we went around the mountain, then it would take longer to get through the mountain pass. And also, we wouldn't be destroying the worms.
So you want to be destroying the worms?
If you saw the worms, you would understand.
Is there any... I'm gonna look back at the giant. Is there any way to relocate the worms?
He kind of... He sits forward a bit and he goes, the worm's natural habitat is where it is for a reason. If you'd move the psychic worms, then they're not going to be able to devour enough
mental acuity.
So, my question remains, why steal their queen over a trade route?
The gnome, he sits back and he says, well, originally it was because our only trade route was blocked up by trees that they had put in the way and rocks and the giant is kind of shaking his head like he's got a different story to tell. And the gnome says, but now, really, it's to get rid of the worms. I'll be honest with you. We don't want the worms anymore.
Now, when the worms eat the psychic energy that they feast off of, does it kill the hosts? Or does it just hurt them a little bit?
No. The eating of the psychic... Okay, you obviously don't understand. They devour the psychic energies, and then they devour the people.
All right.
The giant shakes his head and says, the psychic worms are a very kind race. They would not hurt a fly because a fly does not have psychic acuity.
Point taken. Let's talk about options. There are plenty of options. We could go around the mountains. We could go through the mountains and, move the worms somewhere else. We could just let the worms feast. We could create a worm farm where prisoners of war or just prisoners in general are fed to the worms. That is an option.
I'm just sitting there going, what the fuck?
I think that's a persuasion roll is what you're trying to do?
I guess, yeah, sure. 16.
A 16?
Yep.
Oh, jeez. Well, let me see here. Shit. Well,
how about this? Oh, no, go ahead, Michael.
So, the gnome shakes his head a bit and he goes, I suppose if we could move the psychic worms maybe more into the giant's territory, maybe we could give the queen back?
How does that sound to you?
Wait, no, hang on. I have an idea, guys. I have an idea. What
yes,
if we...
the strange one.
Fair. What if we, and I'm gonna pull out just like a little ball bearing, and I'm gonna use a magical tinkering to, make it just like make a non-verbal sound. So it's just gonna create like a little humming noise.
The ball bearing?
Yeah, the little ball bearing is just gonna start humming, as I wave my hand over it. What if we found a way to create little, like shields or repellents so the worms don't even want to go near you?
When you
they get to feast on whatever they could feast on whatever else is in the area. We just give it to the gnomes. The gnomes can go through unharmed.
While you're explaining this, the giant is incredibly focused on your ball bearing, and he says, "Are you?" Oh no, the giant sounded normal. I'm sorry. The giant looks down at your ball bearing, and the giant says, "Are you a magic user?"
Yeah. In a manner of speaking. I prefer to think of it as applied science, but yeah.
The gnome kind of looks at your stuff and he scoffs a bit and he says, "Anyone could do that. Anyone could do that." So, are we? Who would supply these shields? If I was even interested in shields against worms.
I'm sure if you gave us a little bit of time, and I look back at the giant, and just the ability to study the worms, not interfere with them, just study them. We could devise a solution for you.
Roll persuasion.
Oh,
Roll persuasion with advantage for the giant.
That's a -2 still.
That's what the advantage is for.
That's 13.
That's 13?
Yeah.
Let me see here. Okay. Okay.
I'm pretty smart.
The giant is nodding along as you're saying this, and he's saying, "Could you perhaps make a few larger sized shields, perhaps?"
Should be doable. Again, I don't really want to make promises until I get to start studying the worms.
It might
and
take a
as
little
you say
more
that,
time.
the gnomes, as you're saying that, the gnome slams his hand down on the table. He says, "You've already made some promises. I like that shield idea, though."
I look at Finn.
All right, so we're gonna. If we can get access to the worms, we'll create shields for. We'll work on making shields for everybody, and the psychic worms will no longer feast on either of your groups. Hopefully.
And then the giants get their queen back, and the gnomes get their trade route back.
The giant and the gnome, they stare at each other for a long moment before they look back at the two of you, and the giant is the first one to talk, and the giant says, "If you can get our queen back and the shields for the psychic worms, perhaps we would lower the blockade." And the gnome looks at the two of you and says, "If you can promise those shields, then yeah, we won't kill the queen."
They could get the queen back.
No
You're gonna be doing so much trade. You're not even gonna need to worry about the queen.
No return of the queen. No psychic shield. Let's just put it at that.
Ooh,
I'm staring at the ground again.
roll me persuasion. Actually, hold on, just a moment.
Or intimidation, maybe. Jesus.
They're the exact same.
Hold on.
Oh, that's fair.
So the let's see. Okay, so I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. Jason.
11.
An 11?
Great. Good shit.
Okay. So the gnome turns to you, and the gnome says, "You know, I think that we should have the choice about how to release the queen if you're gonna be a little dickhead about it." And Jason, you're going to take some damage from vicious mockery.
How much damage?
Not much. All he did was call you a dickhead after all.
Yeah. Unless you roll max damage.
That's gonna be 3 psychic damage, and you're gonna have disadvantage on your next attack roll. Actually, you're not, because we're not gonna fight him. Yeah, you're not gonna have anything by the end of the next 6 seconds. But yeah, you're gonna take some damage, and
all right, cool. There goes a quarter of my health.
And he's then going to say, "So I thought, dickhead."
I just stare at the gnome and I'm like, why'd you do that?
I just kind of rub my temples a little bit, like, ow. That one kind of hurt.
Hold on. Let me just... The gnome looks embarrassed. The gnome looks embarrassed, and he
We were
looks
all
away.
in a good negotiation standing.
Well, I'm sorry. And he doesn't make eye contact, and he just kind of looks away for a little bit.
Now, about the queen. If we can make it work, you gonna give her back?
Maybe.
Hey.
Okay, fine. I won't kill the queen.
That's
We won't release her into the psychic boa environment.
You'll release her into the care of the giants.
Fine. Whatever.
I pull out another ball bearing, and this one I'm gonna do magical tinkering, and it's just gonna make a thumbs up.
So, like a little arm comes out?
Well, it's a static visual image of a thumbs up.
It's like the Facebook thumbs up like that pops out.
Yeah, it's like a little hologram of like a thumbs up, and I set it in front of him.
He says, "Oh, is this a gift?"
Yes.
He takes it, and he kind of moves it around a little bit to take a look at the hologram, and he says, "Okay, I will accept this envoy message, and I'll give it to my superiors." And he very clearly puts it into his pocket. And he says, "Okay, fine. We'll release the queen. If you guys are gonna get the shields working."
We'll start working on the shields for you, yeah.
Okay, and the giant, he stands up and he's like hunkered over sideways as he leaves the tent for a moment. The gnome kind of shields his eye and his eyes, and he goes, "You guys don't make eye contact with it, and you'll be fine." And before I
can
you
ask
think
with
of
what.
anything else,
Yeah.
before you can think of anything else, the giant walks in. I need you two to roll perception for me.
Oh
And get
boy.
below a 15.
I did.
Below? That'll happen.
Get below a 15.
That's a 13.
Nice.
That's a 12.
Or sorry, 12, yeah.
Okay. Good. So both of you see the giant coming back in and see this like purple thing hanging over his shoulder, and you both immediately look away. And as this giant comes back in and sits down, you can hear this kind of it sounds almost like a cicada in the summertime. It's this rattling noise coming from around where the giant's shoulders are. And the giant says, okay, so just bring this back and have your scientists study it. Make sure it gets fed twice a day, and have those shields back by 2 months, or we'll kill your families.
Understood? Yeah. And I'm just gonna gently grab the psychic worm and hold it arm's length away from me.
So it's about the size of an anaconda. It is gigantic, this thing. And as you're looking away from it, you can hear this little voice in the back of your head just start saying, "You know, maybe I should look at it. Might be nice. Might be cool to look at. Might be fun." But with the perception you guys rolled, you're fine. And you hear a ding from behind you guys, from the entrance you guys walked into. A nice happy bing. What do you guys
the good
do?
place.
Ah,
Yes, exactly
I'm
like the
gonna
good
turn
place.
around and look at where the ding came from.
The door now that you left open, that was just it was looking out into the outside area. It is now once again darkness. The same darkness that you guys have walked through a couple times.
All right.
I
I think that's our
done?
signal to go.
Did we just do that?
I don't know. Just go before anything else happens.
We're taking the circlets, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Keeping them.
So,
until we
you
go through the
guys-
teleporter and then they're gone.
No, you guys, you step through, and once again, rainbow. But then, you
The quickest rainbow.
you guys
ever.
step through the door, and you are once again at the end of this long hallway, and the director, the door that the director stepped through has just now closed. As you take this step through, it's probably been close to 15-20 minutes since you guys left, but everything looks the exact same as when you walked through the gate. At this point, should we switch over to the next DM?
Yes. And as you step through the door, you notice the director comes right back out with a clipboard in his hand. Ah, I see you have gotten the job done. Good job on you. Irvin, you will be on the next task along with Erik. Finn,
Oh no.
you may take a break. Erik, come on out.
Oh no.
So Erik comes out of a door, and he's got on a kind of ill-fitting version of that same silver tunic you guys are wearing. You have the idea that they thought maybe he was going to be smaller. But he ducks his head under, and he steps in. He's like, I don't know, 9 feet tall.
All right. It is time for you all's next challenge. He snaps his finger, and you watch as the door opens back up, leading into that same darkness. Please step on through the door, and your task shall begin.
Eric
director?
runs through the door as quick as he can.
Okay. Director?
Yes, Irvin.
Sir? The circlet, are we still gonna need these?
Yes, you will not need them for this challenge, but please keep them. It allows it to translate any language you know or have heard in the past.
Oh, okay.
Step on through. It appears young Erik has already...
My head's down, I'm just walking.
As you go through this portal and transport into it, you immediately step out into what appears to be a long hallway from something akin to a castle. There is a long carpet along the floor. On the other end, you see a large iron door, double-wide door. And on each side of the hallway, you see a series of 4 paintings. So 4 on each side for a total of 8 paintings.
Oh shit, do I want to take notes for this one?
Probably.
Okay, fuck.
Alright.
Paintings
Just a
on
moment.
4 paintings on each side of the hallway. 8 total.
And you
Okay.
said there were doors?
There is the door you just walked through, which closes behind you, and then there is another door on the other end of the hallway, a large steel double-wide door.
So Erik looks around, and he says, we should steal the paintings!
You hear a little button press, and you hear over the intercom Director Kaldak. The paintings are not there for you to steal. This is a challenge of mental fortitude and your ability to solve problems without resorting to violence or foul play and trickery.
What's the challenge, sir?
You must open the door on the other side of the room.
Now that feels deceptively easy.
Erik
feels
starts
like a
walking towards it.
No, Erik.
You hear the button
You know what? Go ahead.
unpress again
Go ahead.
as my intercom cuts off.
Okay. Erik, go ahead. Try to open the door. Trial and error, Erik. I believe in you.
So Erik goes over, he tries to open the door.
It does not budge. It is not a push, it is not a pull, it is not a shove. It just doesn't move. It feels like, when you try to pull on it, it feels like you're trying to pull about 3 tons of material at once.
Erik
I'm gonna start looking at the
pulls on it a
paintings.
few times, but he doesn't get anywhere.
Give me a number 1 through 8.
I'll look at painting number 1. So the first one, I guess, would be on my left.
First painting on the left. In that painting, you see 3 witches gathered around a cauldron, throwing in various things for a spell or potion.
Okay.
Painting.
So,
What can we see what the stuff is in the paintings?
It's various things: Eye of Newt, Wing of Bat, things like that.
Cool.
Yeah, it's 3 witches throwing things into a cauldron.
okay.
Can I touch the
I'm gonna
painting?
look at.
Yeah, you can completely touch it. It's a normal painting. It's like a nice oil painting. It's about 2 feet wide by about 4 feet tall, and they're all about the same size.
Erik is gonna come back and look at the painting that's across from that. So is that what?
That'd
Is
be
that
painting
8,
5.
Or is that 5? 5. Okay. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. You
Okay.
see inside of a cave one large troll with a hunk of a tree as like just a makeshift club.
A cave with one large troll with a
Hunk of
tree
tree.
club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I try and like adjust my painting?
Yeah, you can try and move it around.
Okay.
It's just a normal painting.
Okay. There's nothing behind it.
No.
Okay.
We can take it off the wall and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna roll investigation.
All right.
I'm gonna specifically look at. He's not a smart man, Erik, but he can count at least.
Yes.
So he's gonna try and see if there's a 1, 2, 3, 4 sort of deal with a 6.
There are creatures in every painting. There are various
Okay.
numbers of creatures in every painting.
Okay. Can I think I might see what's going on here. Can I take the one with just the Cyclops? Can I can I basically put it where the witch's one was?
You can.
5 in place of 1. Okay, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna go to what would be the third, and I'm gonna put what's that
In
currently
the third,
3?
you have 5 goblins around a campfire roasting a warg.
Okay, so I'm gonna put that one back where 5 is.
Okay.
So,
And-
I'm gonna roll insight on what you're doing, Pepper.
I'm gonna yeah, I was gonna look at Erik in a second, but go ahead.
So that's a 9. Jason, do I understand what he's doing with a 9 insight?
You think he's just moving around paintings because it seems like they'd look better where they're going now.
Okay.
You think
so,
Irvin has an eye for interior decorating?
Before Irvin explains what's happening, Erik is going to nod and have a very serious look on his face, like he assumes
okay, Erik, you
interior
understand what's
decoration
happening.
Stuff. He's gonna take I'm gonna pick a number at random. He's gonna take the 7 and put it where the 2 is.
Alright, so painting 7.
How many numbers in 7?
There are
Yeah.
8 paintings total. So painting, you
Okay.
said swapping 2 and 7?
2 and 7, yeah.
Okay, painting 2 is 7 dwarves in a mine, just gathering
Wait, he's
material.
actually doing this right.
And the painting 7 is 2 dragons soaring through the air.
Oh, Erik, you understand what's happening.
Yes.
Okay.
I am very well versed in the arts.
The
And he gives you
What?
a very charismatic smile that you don't think he could pull off.
this isn't about art, Erik. This is just about counting.
He starts walking away and grabbing another painting.
Okay.
You have touched
So
paintings
where do we
1,
have
2,
paintings now?
3, 5, and 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, hang on. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7.
Yeah. You swapped 1,
So
1, 3, and 5. Michael just swapped 2 and 7.
Okay.
now, so 3 was 5, and we've swapped that out. So we've now got 1 in the right place, 2, 3, 5, and 7. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That means Erik is going to go next door, grab 4, and put it where 8 is.
Painting 4 contains 3 different methods in a circle just floating above a pool of lava. And you said painting... What was the other painting you wanted to grab?
8.
Painting
so I'm putting
8
4 where 8 is.
Is 4 beholders gathered around a circular table.
Fuck yeah.
Wait, hang on. There's 3 methods?
Yes.
But we already have 3 witches. Ah, fuck a duck.
Okay, so...
okay, wait, shit. Okay, shit. Painting 1 was 3 witches. Painting 5 was the troll cave.
Was 1 troll.
Painting was 1 troll. Painting 2 was...
7 dwarves.
Dwarves. Painting 7 was
2 dragons.
8 is...
4 beholders.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
So what's
4
6?
was... Well, hang on. 4 was...
3 methods.
Okay.
And then, so yeah. What's 6 and...
I think 6 is the only one we don't know.
Yeah, 6 is the only one y'all haven't gotten yet.
Okay, so what's 6?
6th is 1 aboleth floating through the starry void.
1 aboleth through the starry void. Erik is gonna take a nice step back. He's gonna put his hands on his hips, and he's gonna say, "Well, we solved it."
I'm just gonna stare at him.
And there is silence.
Hang on, I'm only counting 7 paintings.
3 witches, 7 dwarves, 5 goblins. That was painting 3.
Oh, that's what I'm missing.
Yeah,
okay,
I think that was
3
one you were
is
missing.
5 goblins. Goblins. Okay, so shit. So we've got 2 3s.
So, can I roll? My perception is awful.
Sorry, make that 4 goblins. I miscounted something.
4 goblins?
Yeah, sorry, miscounted it.
Wait, now
So
that's
what-
the same amount as beholders.
Yeah.
So, all right, where is the 3 goblins at the moment?
Uh,
Or
the
where is the thing we're correcting?
Painting 3 should be 4 goblins, not 5 goblins.
Okay, so the 5 is now a 4.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll another investigation check.
I was
Okay.
about to roll one as well.
Can we both do that?
Yeah.
That is an 18. I don't
Okay.
add anything.
Pepper.
That is also an 18.
You know that
yeah,
the number
yeah.
of creatures and the names correlate. You can piece that together.
Names.
Erik,
And Kaldak comes over the mic again. I feel like I should explain that the door will open with a certain passcode. And he just goes off again.
Wait, how do we... Okay, I'm gonna go over to the door.
Erik goes a light and yells, "Please!" No?
I'm
Okay.
gonna go over to the door. Does the door look like it has any sort of input device on it?
No. It's just, it looks like a normal door. It's sealed magically, however.
Yeah. Okay. 5. Oh, Jesus.
So we've got... Pep, can you run down what we have right now? 1 troll, right?
1 currently has the troll.
1 troll, 2...
It
Two what?
should be 2 dragons.
2 dragons.
And then 3, there's 3 witches and 3 methods.
Witches is in the 3 spot, and methods is in the 8 spot.
Yes.
4 was what?
4 was the 3 methods.
Oh, that's right.
now it's whatever the methods got switched. Oh, fucking Jesus, my brain. Okay, hang on.
Make a
Alright,
wisdom
Jason.
check. A
I'm
flat
gonna
wisdom
fail that.
check.
All right, well,
It's not a saving throw?
No.
that's a 7.
Oh my god, a 17.
Eric, you realize that where the paintings are placed do not matter.
Fuck.
Eric shares that information by waving his arm at both of the walls and saying, "This sucks! We shouldn't have to put these where they go!"
What is that? What? Eric. Okay.
Eric is going to try knocking.
On the door?
Eric is gonna try knocking in the order they have the paintings in.
Nothing.
That's what he's gonna try to do. Nothing?
Nope.
Okay.
Fuck, I'm stupid. Why did I make a character with 19 intelligence if I'm a dipshit? What's the point in that?
Intelligence check? Couldn't you make an intelligence check?
You can
and be
make
like,
an intelligence check, and I will give you hints. I have hints written down.
Please, God. That's an 11.
Roll intelligence and tell him
An
that I
11
should
for
know
your
this.
intelligence check. That is just above what
Yep.
you needed to get the note that not every painting matters.
Not every painting matters?
Yes.
Okay, not every painting fuck. Wait. Shit. Okay. Not every painting matters. And the locations don't matter.
The locations do not matter. But the number of creatures and the names correlate.
Okay. Is it syllables? Ah, Jesus Christ.
While we're paused, I'm gonna get another video going.
Okay.
Michael sinking again. Oh, hold on. Michael sinking again. There we go.
Okay.
Fucking God, Jesus Christ.
I'm just sitting here just loving that you all are confused as all hell.
God, I'm so stupid. Michael, I'm
So-
so stupid.
So, I'm going to try rolling. I'm gonna try rolling an intelligence check this time, which
Roll
is also a
insight.
+0. Insight?
Yeah.
Oh shit, insight, that's a +2. That's 17?
You may face a number of these creatures in the field, and you can always count on them to pose a challenge.
Do I find that on like a wall somewhere?
Yes, you find
or,
it written behind one of the paintings.
Okay, so Eric, frustrated, runs over to one of the paintings and picks it up and pulls it off the wall, and then he looks at, like, the wall a little closer, and he says that, he says, "You may face a number of these enemies, counting... Do you know Common?
Yes.
Can you read this for me, pretty please?"
Oh boy.
That's how he's gonna share his information.
What is it?
You may face a
may
number of these creatures in the field. You can always count on them to pose a challenge.
So with his super high wisdom, the insight check that he just made, he's gonna start going through the list of the creatures, and he's going to say their names the way that we have them at the moment. So it would be, he's gonna say troll, dragon, witch, and he's gonna go down the list, trying to go through all of them before opening the door.
Nope. You're looking for a
Shit.
specific code word.
He says, "Please," again.
Still
Challenge rating.
Nope.
Can I make an intelligence check?
Yeah, go ahead.
What the dumbest motherfucker?
That's a 22. Help me, Jesus.
You deduce that the number of creatures in a painting is important, and that it correlates to a certain letter in the creature's name.
Oh, fucking dog shit. Okay, wait, we have to go back to how they were. Shit, okay. 3 witches. So the third letter is... Okay, shit. Irvin is literally gonna grab out like a scrap piece of paper and he's like, fucking dog shit. T...
If you need any spellings, tell me.
D-W-A-R-V-E-S. Oh, so S. Tis... R... O... P...
Erik is going to start knocking on the door in different ways.
Tisropal?
He's going...
I've got Tisropal.
You have to unscramble the word, man.
Oh, that's a scrambled... Now,
Erik is going to start knocking different songs that he knows, like folk songs, on the door. He's gonna do the ABC song, Happy Birthday. He's just gonna go through everything he can think of.
And still nothing.
And Irvin is just standing in the corner with a piece of paper, losing his mind as he's like trying to
You
do the
also
same for
did
this.
get the note that not every painting matters.
Pepper's face! I wanted to zoom in on that face! Oh man, that was great.
You may face a number of these creatures. You can always count on them to pose it. How do we know which ones don't matter? Fuck. Wait, okay, well, maybe the doubles. Maybe the doubles don't matter. So
we've got doubles of 1, and we've got doubles of 3, right?
And 4.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, yeah, we do.
Okay,
so that only
hang on, if
leaves
we take
7
rid of-
and 2, so that's not...
That'd be SR or RS. That's not it. Shit. Fuck.
What
This is
about
way
the
more
double
entertaining than
letter?
it should be for me.
I'm flipping over the back of every painting. Do any of them have markings on them?
Welcome
On
to One
the
Loose String,
back
where we can't
of
play the game.
Methods, there is a 1.
On the back of the methods, there is a 1.
Yes.
I'm gonna check. Do I know this?
Yeah, I'm gonna be like flipping them around and be like, no. Oh, there's a 1. No. That's it.
That's the only
There's
one.
just a 1.
Yeah, that's the only one you can find that has anything written on the back of it to help you.
Okay, can I investigate the front of each of them to look for numbers within the painting?
The number in each painting is the number of creatures.
Okay.
I just gave you all the first letter.
So we've got M.
No,
D.
no. It begins with a P. Because it's the third
Okay.
letter in method. So it begins with a P.
Method. Okay.
And we don't know how many letters this goes for.
It is a maximum of 8, but you do have 2 duplicate letters.
Okay. So the 1 for troll is T, the 2 for dragons is an R, the 3 for witches is a T.
I'm gonna hate myself.
You are.
So 3 methods is a P. What were our 4 words?
4 goblins and 4 beholders.
And 4 beholders.
4 beholders would be the letter S. And 4 goblins would be the letter...
4 beholders would be S?
No,
4 beholders would be O.
There you go.
Fuck.
Oh.
My brain was hurting.
Yeah.
And
As it
the other
continues to do.
one... So what was the other one?
There was 1 troll and 1
Troll
aboleth.
and Aboleth.
Things that live
And
for like
then
eternity.
the 7. And then the 7, shit. Dwarves.
Yes.
Yeah. Which
Snow White. Yeah. Oh my God.
Do you understand this, Michael? Because I don't.
So we've got to put them in the original order they were in. So we've got an L. What was the original fucking order? I didn't keep track of that.
Yeah,
Damn
I
it.
did. It was one.
The original order that the paintings were hanging in was 3 witches, 7 dwarves, 4 goblins, 3 mephits, 1 troll, 1 aboleth, 2 dragons, 4 beholders.
Did you get all that, Pep?
I was writing none of that. I thought you were.
God.
All right, hang on. Witches. No, not witches. First one.
First one was witches. Second one was dwarves. Third one was aboleth? No. Shit.
Jason.
The third one.
This is Jason giving up.
This is me helping you. This is not revealing the answer. Because you have all this information
Jason.
already.
For those of you who don't understand, he just put something in our Discord server that's basically like the cipher.
Aren't you guys glad you made B be the one to give you a puzzle?
R. Oh. No, you suck ass.
This is literally
Jason,
one of the
aren't you
easiest
glad-
puzzles in the books I own.
Jason, aren't you glad I have the same intelligence score as my character?
Oh yeah, it's fucking wonderful.
P-T-A-R-O. Okay, and it starts with the P. Okay. Which was the mephits. Why are the mephits first? The mephits first.
Are you sure it's not please?
I mean, there is no E here.
Damn it!
You are looking for a single word, though.
Yeah, I figured we were.
Okay, so wait. So okay, if we have the 3 from the mephits, we probably don't need the 3 from the witches, so we can get rid of the T.
We might need that one though.
I'm trying to find a line of logic here, Michael. If you want to find a different one, present it.
It's fine. It's fine. All right. So 3 mephits was number 1.
There was a 1
didn't
written
put that
on
in the
back
one
of
spot,
that
I don't believe.
painting.
Shit.
That means that's the first one that we start with, I think.
Yeah. Okay. I really hope we've fast forwarded through some of this at least.
Nope. Wait, hang on. Yeah, there are a bunch of multiples. Okay, so look. Get rid of.
We can get rid of the P or the T. So the T is useful, or the T is not useful.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jason, how are you feeling?
Oh, I'm loving this. This is great.
You son of a bitch!
I literally
Okay,
took a puzzle out of Tasha's.
All right, real
Pepper,
quick.
don't you fucking dare.
I'm gonna press the
I
record
changed
button
the
again real
answers,
quick.
but the structure remains the same.
I'm recording again.
Oh, man.
Lord have mercy. Can I roll another intelligence check?
You know what? If you roll above a 15, I will give you the second letter.
I'm rolling. That's a 22. Gimme.
That's an 11. I can't do anything.
You start to piece together that the second letter is an O from the beholders.
Ow! Wait, 3, 4.
There's no 5.
Yeah, I know. 4 and then. So if it's 4 and then 8. No, locations don't matter. No, locations don't matter.
Location does not matter.
God damn it! It's fucking Portal.
Yep.
I say portal.
As soon
and I
as you
open the
say
door.
it, the door swings
Hold on,
open
wait.
for you.
No. Oh no, my camera died again. Oh no.
It's fine. We'll keep going. I'm getting you through this. We're good.
Are you recording me?
Yes, I'm recording everybody.
Okay.
What?
He
What
answered
happened? What happened?
My camera died again. Oh.
It's fine. We'll just keep
Okay.
going. But the door swings
Keep going.
open, and the intercom comes on again. Congratulations, though that took you longer than I would expect a scientist to take. You may proceed forward to the next
Erik
challenge.
says, I'm not a scientist.
I was not talking to you, Erik.
Oh.
You may proceed forward to the next challenge.
I am slamming my head against the wall.
In real life or in the game?
Yes. Why on... Okay. Now that that's over, and before we switch over to me, because you going through the next door is just going to lead you to the next thing.
Yep.
What the fuck was that, Jason?
Okay, so each painting had a number of creatures that correlated to the letter in it. You then got all of those letters, and you just had to unscramble them to find the word portal.
Oh, that's all we had to do was just unscramble
Yes.
it correct. Ah, god damn it.
And I put two.
Some of the
was
letters
sitting there-
didn't matter. Yeah, he
Yes.
put 2 red herrings in there.
I put 2 T's
Ah.
and the S.
Yeah.
Good job. I'm glad that took up all of my camera's battery to do. My quality most likely has dropped a bit from what it used to be,
It's
but
fine. We'll-
we're gonna push ahead.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
as you step through the doors, you go back into that rainbow room, and we hand it off over to Pepper.
Da 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 da.
So the director comes back around through that same door with a little bit of a crestfallen expression on his face, and he says, "Finn, could you come back in here, please?"
And I just walk into the room. What did I miss?
First
We
of
had
all,
paintings.
Irvin, you look a little tired and sad, so you're gonna sit this one out. And Irvin,
My
without saying a
body
single without saying a single word, Irvin, who's just been staring at the ground, just walks out. Okay, guys, so for your last challenge, you're going to have to bring me back something.
Oh.
And that's all. Have fun, and he walks out. And the
He's so
the portal
informative.
door opens up again. Same black portal.
All right. Talk some people
Erik
down.
walked through the portal.
Yeah, let's just go through.
Did we go through at the same time? We like bump shoulders, and Erik like turns to say, "Goes, no, go ahead. You first. You first."
Okay, so you guys, Michael, if you want to do the rainbow effect, you guys, rainbow teleport. Da 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 da.
Turn it up as bright as it'll go.
And you land. You land. If everyone will jump over to roll 20.
As I
Oh,
swap
Jesus.
us over.
Okay.
Cool.
You all land in a open field that in front of you see track marks. There are clearly things that have moved through here before. That's not hard to tell at all. It seems it's like a multi-layered canyon that you're in. Each sheer face to the next landing is about 10 feet high. If you're looking at roll 20, this right here seems like it's a 5-foot thing you could jump up onto and then onto the next one. And then if you want to get to the top, it looks like you're gonna have to climb some rocks.
So, if I understand correctly, we've got a section of this little canyon, and then a cliffside that's 10 feet, except for a small section that's 5 and 5.
Yep.
And then
so
another
you have like a little
10-foot
step
wall.
ladder. Yeah. So this is a little step ladder, basically 5 and then 5.
Okay.
And then it's another climb to the top. And at the top, in the back here, you see a constant swirling rainbow effect, like you guys are used to when you're going through. It's almost like a beacon drawing your eyes in that direction. So it seems like that might be your exit. But that's all you have.
All right.
Everyone,
Okay.
both of you roll perception for me.
I will do just that.
14.
Okay.
That's a natural 1.
You haven't seen greenery in a while, and you are just in love with the green, and you hear some birds overhead, and they sound like lovely birds.
He holds his arms out and he like basks in the sun for a moment before saying quite loudly, Papa, you were wrong! I didn't go to hell!
And I'm just
And,
going to step slightly to the side of him.
With that loud exclamation from our friend here, you guys hear coming out of each of these little holes.
So there's 2 or 3 holes?
There's 2 on the left. There's 2 little ones on the left. There's one slightly bigger one on the right, and there's a much bigger one in the middle here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I see what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Little holes. It's where the dirt comes from. Boop. For those of you who are uninitiated with what's happening right now, out of the 2 of the side and out of the 2 sides, little tiny they look almost like dragons, but they're not quite as big. They look just like little pseudo dragons come crawling out at the exclamation. And from the middle one, a bigger one of those, it seems. He's got a little horn on his head, and he's got a little stinger on his tail. None of them have wings, and they're all looking at you curiously. They don't seem like they want to fight you. They just are curious. The 2, one of the ones on the left here is going to start slowly walking towards you guys. What do you do?
Can I make an
moved 10
animal
feet.
handling check to try and, like, tell them we are not here to harm them?
Sure.
23.
Okay. You put your hand out in a desperate plea of, oh God, please don't eat me. As this one that's walking towards you, as you put your hand up, it stops a little skittishly, and it retracts its head as it's looking at you and kind of cocks to the side. You can see its little tail has a little stinger of its own that's waving in the back. It doesn't look like it's pointing the stinger at you, but it's like kind of waving it in your general direction. And they all seem to not mind your existence.
We're just here to
well-
collect something, and we'll be out of your hair. I mutter in Draconic.
You know Draconic?
Yeah.
He knows Draconic, kids. Let's roll. Look at that. It understands Draconic. That it does. Let's see how it likes you. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I probably understand it because of the circlet, right?
Well, it doesn't. You understand what he's saying. But they don't
But I
speak. They don't seem to
understand what
speak
the
any language.
lizards are.
They don't seem to speak an actual language. They're just growling.
So Erik is going to tilt his head back and go, Ben, you should put the head thing on the heads. They'll understand us.
I'm not sure that's how it'll work.
As you guys are talking, this one on the right is walking towards Erik, seemingly intrigued by the loud, boisterous stone man.
Okay, so Erik is gonna take a few steps forward. 5, 10, 15. He's gonna walk 15 feet ahead so that he can meet the creature halfway. He's gonna hold his hand out.
Oh.
And he is going to say, I am Erik Steelguard and his steed. Centuries ago, I, Erik Steelguard. And he's going to go through the whole spiel he did when he met you guys until he gets to the end and he says, my goal is clear. And he holds his hand out to shake the creature's hand.
Make an animal handling check.
Fuck.
And as it's walking towards you, it actually does unfurl some wings. And it kind of flaps over towards you.
Animal handling, that's a +0. That's a 3.
Oh. as it's circling around you. It looks very, very pretty. It's like it's got red coloring. It doesn't quite have scales. It's like it's like leather with like a little bit, yeah. And you reach your hand out to like try and touch it, and it snaps at your hand. Let's see if it's gonna roll to bite you.
Okay.
That's a 16.
16. That doesn't hit.
It snaps at you, but you pull your hand back just in time. Bad birdie.
No. How dare you? My papa made this hand.
Yep. Papa.
It's
What?
as that one's circling, the one over here is gonna start flying towards you at a speed of 60 feet. So he's just gonna appear. Boop.
Whoa, hey.
They're circling you.
I'm just gonna kind of walk over to Erik and just kind of get next to him. I'll be a little further back.
So
fine.
I am going
Erik,
to
let me handle this.
shake my fist at them and say, no, bad.
I'm gonna try another animal handling check and like try to convince them not to bite Erik.
At disadvantage.
Cool.
At disadvantage. Oh, that's great.
Fuck. That's an 8.
You feeling pretty confident having made this one like you start walking gingerly over towards these two, and they're like, "You guys, it's okay." And this one snaps at you, except this one is going to its tail stinger is going to flip around and try and stab you.
All right.
That's a 19 to hit.
That's a hit.
You are going to take a little bit of damage here, bud.
Yeah.
You take 4 damage.
Wait, is the creature that's attacking him within 5 feet of me by any chance?
It would have done. He's over here, so it would have come over to him. So no.
Shit, never mind then.
Okay, that's 4 damage.
Oh, I will say you would have been healed from your 3 psychic damage. I'll give you that back. You got some good berries while you were
cool. So
waiting, and you're waiting
it did
time.
4 damage to me.
And make a Constitution saving throw.
Shit. That's an
You're
11.
still gonna have a fight. Oh my god, you're still gonna have a fight this difficult after we couldn't figure out paintings?
That's not my fault.
It kind of
It is
is.
your fault. You were there.
Yeah, that's fair. What'd you get?
An 11.
Ooh, that is just what you needed. Congrats.
Yay.
You feel a surge of poison start to pump into your body. Boom, boom. And you just kind of flex your weird fucking Frankenstein body, and it like doesn't affect you. Congrats.
All right. That's a weird feeling.
You're not a fan. It
when
doesn't
that-
seem like it's actively trying to fight you. It's just snapping at you guys as you try and do
So
things.
when the creature snaps at him, Erik is gonna pull out his longsword, and he's gonna. Did I put a shield on this guy? I don't.
Yes,
think
you
I
did.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, your AC is 18.
Yes, that's right. So he's gonna pull out his shield and his sword, and he's gonna stand there, and he's gonna say, "No, you back away from him," and he's going to try and intimidate them away.
Make an intimidation check.
Shit. It's a 7.
You know, I'll have them roll. Just one roll, though. Yeah, they beat that. They don't seem phased. In fact, you challenging them, that kind of sucks. Meanwhile, all of this, as you guys look over, the one in the back here has not moved at all.
Yeah.
He's just been watching this. He still has a sense of playful curiosity that it seems these other 4 are slowly losing.
Okay.
They're not actively attacking you. It just seems like they're just snipping at you.
Can I start to make my way up towards this area? Towards the
You can.
5-foot cliff?
You most certainly can.
5, 10,
Good.
15, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah, so this one is gonna follow you, and this one is gonna follow you. Over here. Boop, he's gonna be like over here.
Okay.
They're just watching you, and this one is like watching both. This one over here is like watching both of you, trying to decide if there's a threat.
So I'm gonna move as well. What's my movement?
Should be 30
movement, I
feet.
think,
Yeah,
30
I think all of us have 30
Yeah,
feet.
yeah. So my guy's gonna move 5. Oh, whoop.
What?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna
This one's gonna
stand
follow
right
right up
beside my
next to you.
friend and try and just keep him like angled out.
And that's gonna draw this one over as you guys are hunched together. It's gonna draw over. The Drake is gonna take a step forward,
Oh, we've made this perfect for them, haven't we?
and he's just gonna his head's still gonna be cocked to the side. Just curious. What are you guys doing?
So I'm going to lean over to Finn, and I'm gonna say, "You run! I'll eat them before they can eat me."
All right. And I'm going to make a mad dash and move and then use my action to dash to get 60 feet of movement. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It's double movement to climb, right?
Yep. I was gonna ask if you have a climbing speed. Otherwise, it's double.
Yeah, which I don't, I believe.
So it'll be 10 feet to get you up onto the sledge.
Okay. And what was I at? 25?
Yeah. So that'll be 35.
35.
And then 45 will get you up here. Yeah.
50.
Up
55,
here.
60.
So he's now on the second row, right?
Yeah, on the second row. And interesting, nestled right in here, you see a little green egg. Just laying there. And out of these little holes up here, 2 more.
So there are 2 more
Little pseudo dragons.
little dragons there.
Yeah, 2 more little dragons up there. They're just they haven't. It seems they weren't awakened by the other ones. They don't really know your whole jam with them. They're just kind of looking at you. Think like the Dilophosaurus in Jurassic Park.
And Kaldek told us he wanted us to find something for him.
Yep.
Can I safely
Bring something back, I think was the
bring
word.
something back? Yeah. And can I safely assume that this is it?
This seems to be the only thing of value in the area.
Okay.
What are you doing? What when he gets up there?
So when he gets up there, I am going to keep my shield pretty close to me and my sword up, so it's not pointing directly at them. But it is very clear that I can use this sword better than I can use my brain parts. So I'm going to start moving towards where he did. I'm not going to dash. I'm going to move slowly over.
30 feet will get you right at the base of the ledge.
So I'm going to move all the way there so that my back is against the ledge. And my shield and my sword are there. And I'm going to look at them. And I'm going to say...
They're all flying around you. Kind of like birds, like bats
now?
above you. Yeah, they're all like hovering like 5 feet above you. Circling you.
I'm going to look up at them and I'm going to say... I don't taste good. I've been told this by several animals.
Doesn't
That's what my
seem to matter.
turn's going to be.
Alright.
What are you doing?
Let's just gently make my way. Real quick, let me adjust the map so more can be seen. I'm just going to gently 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 start making my way towards the egg.
Okay, as you are starting to walk towards the egg, these two seem to like come in close around the egg.
Alright. Alright. I don't really have anything that's good to just like talk to dragons yet, do I?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Seems they can understand Draconic.
I'm gonna... Oh, fuck. I'm gonna speak to them in Draconic and tell them I just need to get to the top of the mountain and this is the easiest way to climb up there.
Make a animal handling check.
Does he also have to make a deception check for lying to these poor creatures?
They're a little
That's
too
a
stupid
no.
for that.
Oh no, a 7.
Roll 2, have a +5.
This
Level
one comes closer and around the egg.
Level 1.
And as you're saying that, they kind of like growl at you. So they're like, "Ah."
I'm gonna shout down the mountain.
Of a growl.
Erik, how many of these things do you think you can take?
He's gonna look around and he's gonna say, I don't have pockets!
That's good to know, and I'm going to pull my longbow off my back.
What are you doing, Erik?
Erik is gonna clamber up the side of the mountain.
Okay,
so that's gonna be the
20 feet of movement to
20
get up
feet
to the
to get
top.
to him to the second layer, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. When I get
You've
up
got-
here, are the dragons following me up?
Well, here's the funny thing about that.
Mhm.
These 4 are basically going to move as a squadron like this. The
Okay.
Drake on you going up is going to leap up here.
Does the Drake have wings?
No.
That thing
Cool,
doesn't have
good.
wings. Only the
Good.
pseudo dragons have wings.
Yeah, but it can leap 20 feet in the air, which is concerning.
He's gonna look at the stone. Well, not the stone. He's gonna look at the dragon egg, and he's gonna say, I found it! And he's gonna start running towards there. So he's gonna use dash as his action to try and get there as quick as he can. So that's gonna be
20, 25, 30. Okay. So whatever, 30 feet,
Am I
because
gonna be-
this is in the same turn, so
Yeah.
so that's
you're getting up
gonna
and you're
be
noticing it, so another 30 feet to get as close as you can.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and I've got the 10 feet of movement that I still had.
Yeah, you can get right up to the egg.
5, 10.
What are you doing? I'll let you, if you want to pick it up, I'll let you pick it up.
Do I need to like roll
Roll
anything?
perception. Roll perception.
Roll perception.
All right.
Sure.
That'll be a good roll. That's a. Where's my perception? Please be a modifier of some sort.
Nope.
No. Okay, so that's gonna be a 14.
14. It didn't take much. As you're walking over towards this thing. Oh, first off, these 4 would have basically done this. They would have
Yeah.
just flown in a little cavalcade.
They're following me as I'm
Yep.
booking it towards this thing.
The Drake, as you are getting closer to it, its head is getting very low and it's starting to growl at you. And and it approaches you from behind, and you look around and you realize you are in a dragon sandwich and you are the meat.
So I grab this egg. Is throwing an object, is that an action?
No.
'Cause I can't have an action because I took my bonus action.
This is a new turn. This is a new turn. I'll say
Okay.
this is a new turn starting now.
New turn.
You know what? You know what?
Great.
Let's go ahead and roll initiative. Let's go ahead and actually roll initiative based on what I think you're about to do.
That's a 6.
That's a 16. Look at me, 16.
You guys should be able to enter your own. If you can't, let me know.
I can.
Okay. This one over here that I just put in is just for me to have the initiative for all of them.
Okay.
Oh, for God's sake, it's not letting
Because they're all going to go on one. No? You got a 16?
1, 6.
Boop.
There we go. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Let me roll for both of these things. This is for the pseudo dragons. Ooh, that's not good. Hey, that's actually a 6. That ties with you.
What's
What's
their
your dex, buddy?
Uh,
Theirs is 14.
mine is 16. Or sorry, 17.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
And
For a
the,
level 1 character, you've got a 17 dex and you're not a monk?
Yeah. I mean, I rolled pretty well, and Rangers, it's either needs to be Wisdom or Dex, their highest.
Oh
man,
my god, I forgot you were a ranger.
Yeah, I'm a Ranger with all of the optional class features.
Nice.
Oh, shit.
Cool.
sending. Okay. Boop.
So I'm
And
at the top
Drake,
of initiative phase.
Yeah, the Drake rolled like shit.
Cool.
That's upsetting.
So I'm first, and then it's Jason, then it's Dragon.
Yep.
Okay, so I am going to toss this egg football style at Jason, and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna toss it, and I'm gonna say, "Bring it back home for me."
Make either an athletics or an acrobatics choice. Your check your choice
Oh,
to toss this.
Athletics
how
or
well you tossed it.
acrobatics?
Yeah, whichever you want.
My athletics is +4,
Go ahead.
so that's going to be 15.
Okay, and Jason,
Oh,
make
no.
a dex save.
A dex save?
Yeah.
Oh, 18. Okay, we're good.
Yeah. In slow motion, you being so scared of all of these dragons, watch Erik just football this thing up and shot put it towards you.
Erik, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea.
And then in slow motion, you just in your head is just fuck as you like go up and grab it before it hits the ground, and you are now in possession of this egg. I'll remove it from the thing. Boop.
And can I see that
So-
teleporter at the top of the map?
Yeah, that's that beacon that you guys have been seeing this entire time. That
Okay.
pulsing beacon.
Oh, yeah, there's a beacon shooting up into the sky. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, up there. As you are holding it, all of the dragons look over at you.
Go! You have the higher initiative.
The what now?
Well, that was just your action.
Oh,
Erik?
that was my action.
Because
So
you
I'm gonna-
wanted to be correct with this throw, so I would say you took your action to.
Yeah, that's definitely my action.
Aim,
So,
aim.
Yeah, basically.
And
Any of the
20,
little
30.
piles of rocks. So here, or
Oh, I
here.
can't just go. I just can't. I can't. You mean I can't just
You can
climb
try.
up the 10-foot?
You can try.
Wait. Can I make the idea that I did say I was 8 foot tall? Could I make the idea that I can get up there because I just have to reach up the 2 feet and just use my movement?
You
Like
are in fact 8 feet tall, and I said that it's 10. So sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna just go straight back because
Well-
5, 10. I am gonna get some attack of opportunities on this. I know.
Mhm.
So for those of you who don't play D&D and don't know that I just made a stupid move,
As we are
when
wont
you're
to
within
do.
5 feet of a creature, which I am within 5 feet of 3 creatures, and you move out of that 5-foot space,
They get to swipe at you for
they get to
freezies.
attack as I move, which is a great thing for me running away. So that's going to be real quick. So 5, 10. I'm going to go there. And then they can do their attacks if they want.
Okay.
Oh,
Let's
no.
see.
see
Oh,
if I
it added them
die.
all together. That's not what I wanted at all. Shit. I have
That's
to
the
do this one at a time.
34. I rolled a 34, didn't you know?
This is the Drake. The Drake is not gonna do super well on this. That's a 10.
Fuck yeah.
Okay,
Nope.
Take it.
Oh wait, I forgot. The Drake has pack tactics. Let me try that again.
I think they
I
all
was
have
flanked,
tactics.
wasn't I?
It's you're within 5 feet of a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
That's a 21 to hit. Good buddy.
21 to hit hits me.
Cool. You take.
Oh, did I say I had a longsword, by the way?
Yes.
I
Is it-
retcon that? I have a great axe. I'm an idiot.
You have a great axe. That is a two-handed weapon.
You can still use shields and two-handed weapons.
Um,
I'm fairly certain. I can check.
You need both hands.
Yeah, but
how about I say
shield...
the flail then?
I could be wrong.
How about I say I was planning to take out a one-handed weapon, so I'm going to take out the flail instead. So I
Okay.
have a flail instead of a
That's
launch.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
I haven't attacked anything, so
You take 4 damage
4 damage. I can take 4 damage.
because it
Okay.
didn't get to surprise you, unfortunately.
It
1,
has
2,
sneak attack.
3, 4.
Yeah.
I've got 7 health now. And I'm going to also move out of range of these guys because I'm going up 10 feet and I have to stop right at the end. I basically get up on top of the cliffside, and then I have to stop.
Ooh,
'cause I'm
that's
tired.
that's a 23.
That's a 23 to hit.
Yep. And that's a 17 to
I
hit.
have that.
Those both hit?
So 17 doesn't hit, but the 23 definitely does.
Oh man, no? Well, take 4 damage.
Hold on real quick. I'm going to reduce that damage with my stone's endurance. So as a
so
reaction,
D12
I can
plus
reduce
con.
damage dealt. Yeah, I reduce my damage dealt to me by 1d12 plus 1.
It's
Where's my
actually
1d12?
super fitting that it's called Stone's Endurance and you're basically made of stone.
I'm a statue. I am made of stone. Where's my fucking d12? Shit. Here it is. Okay, 1d12. So that's 8.
So
Plus
none,
1
so no
is
damage.
9.
So no damage.
Okay, good. Cool.
Make a con save.
Shit.
You're no, you're not good at these. Never mind. It's Pepper who's good at these.
No, I'm not great at these. I've got a +1 to my con.
I mean, between all of us, we have a proficiency in every saving throw.
So I've got a 2.
You're poisoned.
Fuck.
For those of you who are uninitiated in what poison means, you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. Oh, wait. What'd you make that by? What was it? You got a 2? Oh, that's a fail by 5 or more. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, pal.
No.
As you get up on top of the ledge, you feel very triumphant, and then the stinger comes right into the back of your neck, and it deflects. The damage gets deflected all off, but not before a little bit of poison enters your system. And man, you're super tired. You want to take a nap. You want to fall unconscious.
I want to fall unconscious. So I stop, and I look over. Is he on the cliffside beside
No, he's
me?
he's still below.
Yep.
So I'm gonna like lean to the side, and I'm gonna say, "Whew, you know, I've been having some trouble sleeping lately."
And then he just falls over.
That's all I have to say, and then I fall. Yeah.
So he's unconscious.
He's unconscious. You can use your action to shake him awake.
And I have the egg. I can't really use my action. Okay.
Your turn.
Yep. Alright.
You can hear me snoring. I just want that to be canon.
Okay.
Indeed.
5, 10, 15. Take your attack of opportunity. You get 1.
I absolutely will. Dinger coming at you. That's a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah.
Ooh. 4 damage.
All
there,
right.
buddy, old pal. And,
Con save.
Con save. Con save.
Nope. That's
What'd you
a
get?
7.
Okay, so you're just poisoned.
Cool.
Okay.
And then, so
Okay,
that's
got one
15 feet of movement. I'm going to dash so I can get an extra 30 feet, so I have 45 left. I'm going to use 20 to jump up here.
Mm-hmm.
And
25.
then 5, 10, 15 left. Yeah.
Yeah. What you doing with that 15 feet?
I just moved it.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Okay. I guess that means it's your turn, Pepper. I love that it's your turn.
Boop. So, these two are going to fly up over you. Eric, you don't know this. You're unconscious. But you have a dream of
unconscious.
some flying pigeons that are flying around you and as you're standing in a field of daisies.
As they're flying around me in my sleep, you hear me almost drunkenly going, "Coo, coo," trying to communicate with the pigeons.
These 4 are going to fly up here, and they're going to surround you.
That's a good choice.
It's a good choice. And this one, the Drake, what's his movement speed? It's only 30 feet. That's upsetting. That's upsetting.
Is
5,
it?
10. Actually, you guys, you're right there, so he can't. So it's like more like 5, 10, 15. Leap will take the rest of his movement. So he's there.
Hi.
He's unhappy.
I'm asleep.
He's unhappy. And then there's 4 pseudo dragons around you, Jason.
Yep.
First one. That is a 14.
That it meets my armor class, so that hits.
4
If it
damage.
meets your armor class. Wait, if it meets his armor class, then defender,
Defender
wins.
win. Defender
No,
wins.
rules is written.
Yeah.
Raw, it's meets his hit. How do we want to do it?
I didn't think
thought
we'd
it
come
was
to
defender
this. It's Google.
Don't worry, Pepper's googling it.
Meeting AC. D 5e. The attack hit if it matches. If the total equals or exceeds the attack hits, so defender loses.
Yeah.
So, buddy, take another 4 damage.
I am unconscious.
Fuck. So we're both unconscious. Okay.
And that is a 9 for my con save.
It's been a good time. This is going to be the last episode of this podcast.
Started off strong, y'all.
Yeah. I really liked in the middle where I fell asleep.
Well, actually, here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna fall unconscious, Finn, and you dream of electric, pseudo dragons. And some indeterminate.
I think that one broke Michael, weirdly enough.
I think it did.
Do androids dream of electric pseudo dragons?
Yes.
And about an hour later, Erik, you wake up. I'm gonna reset the map for you.
Okay.
Let's see. Back down there. And you are going to be right here, unconscious, in front of them. And
so I wake up
the
pretty
egg.
much.
The egg is right here.
So I wake up and I see all these dragons circled around this huge tunnel on the bottom level.
Yep.
And
you see the
okay.
egg behind them. And
Can I
on the
stand?
highest cliff, yeah, you can stand. On the highest cliff, you see Finn up there. He seems like he should be bleeding out, but for some reason he's not.
Okay. Can I tell from this distance if he's awake?
He hasn't moved since you've been staring at him, so you don't think so.
So what I'm gonna do... Yes, I've made my decision. I am going to book it straight for the 5-foot area to the side away from the dragons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna run straight for that area to try and get up the cliff. Do they follow me?
Nope, they're just staring at you. They got their egg back. They don't really care.
20.
You're not an initiative, so you're fine.
Okay,
you
so
can get up to Finn if you want.
I'm going to completely forego the egg, and I'm going to run up this cliffside as best I can to get all the way to Finn. Is he awake? Is he...
As you get up to him, you can get right up to him. It's fine.
I'm gonna breathe on his face.
Finn.
Yeah.
You, in the middle of your sleep, you saw a bright light, and you saw the face of Ulysses staring down at you with a disappointed look on his face. And he says, well, simulations are hard. I guess maybe they've tuned it a little too hard for you guys. I'm not sure. Oh, your friend's back. And then he disappears, and you get violently woken up by Erik, who is shaking you like a baby.
I want to say I am not shaking him like a baby. I've picked him up, and I am holding him by the shoulders. And I'm holding him out front of me, and I'm basically gunning it towards the portal.
Okay.
Is he gonna try and stop me?
That's what you see when you wake up, Finn.
Wait, mission. Hold on, Erik. We need egg.
Don't worry, I have a plan.
That concerns me. All right.
As you guys are getting towards the portal, as he's carrying you there, you see as you get 10 feet away from it, you see the rainbow effect just suddenly die.
All right. Still need egg. Am I back at full HP or am I back at 1 HP?
You're back at 1.
Okay.
You
just
both
making
got
sure.
1.
Okay.
All right. Hear me out. Plan. I have rope. Right? Think I have 50 feet of rope? I do have 50 feet of rope. I lower you down. You lower me down to grab the egg.
I think you've hurt your brain parts.
Head hurt. Poison bad.
You're no longer poisoned, by the way, either of you.
Sweet.
Okay, that's
Because
good.
it's been the hour.
That's good.
The other idea is we just sit up here and I just start loosing arrows while you try and get the egg, and hopefully don't die.
Counterpoint. and I hold you up like this, and I say, I could throw you like a ball.
I'm sure you could. I don't think that'd be the best idea around.
Do either of you have any healing? I don't know.
No.
I do. I have lay on hands. I'm gonna use lay on hands. In fact.
You get 5 HP to split amongst the two of us.
So 5 HP. What's your max HP, bud?
12.
12? Okay, and you're at a 1. I'm gonna give him all 5 of the HP that I need.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright. So what is the plan? Are we going to try and steal the egg? Because I can stealth. I can stealth very good.
Oh, and I will say, if you guys get anything back on a short rest that's not health, you would get that back.
Okay.
Nope.
I think for you, it's
I'm
Stone's
going-
Endurance, Michael.
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's right. Stone's Endurance.
So you
that's
get
good
that
to
back
have.
because you were unconscious for an hour. You don't get health back because you were bleeding out, but...
You were unconscious for an hour, so you don't
All
get
right.
that back.
So, I think we need...
I'm gonna put you on the ground. I'm gonna actually... Yeah, I'm gonna put you on the ground, and I'm gonna say, what if I went around and started smacking them?
You could do that, yeah. Maybe give them time to get to you. You go all the way down and, like, right where we came in. Just start making a noise.
So Erik is going to run down this like layered canyon as fast as he can. He is going to start singing a folk song. He's not a bard. I should make this clear. He's a paladin, so he's not singing it well. And it is a folk song about Erik Steelguard, the person that his staff is based on. So he's just... You see this giant man singing a song about himself as he runs down this canyon. And I'm going to get within 5 feet of...
You go wherever you want
at
to
least
go.
one of them.
Okay.
So I'm going to get within... I'm going to basically get to the edge of the cliffside, and I'm going to just slide down that 10-foot drop. And... I'm going to slide down that 10-foot drop and basically just smack one of them on my way past.
Roll the hit.
So what this is going to look like, if I succeed, what this is going to look like is I'm going to be at the bottom of this, smack the dragon, and then start initiative by running.
And
That
while
makes
he's
sense.
doing that, I am going to stealth down and just try to stealthily grab the egg while he is slapping a dragon on the way down.
So should I roll anything for...
Roll for the slide, go ahead and roll an athletics or acrobatics check.
Okay, that's going to be athletics. That's a +4.
So this is more about digging your heels into the slide.
So that's a 12. Is that good?
Yeah, that's what you needed. Congratulations, you're not going to take damage.
Okay.
Roll to hit. Which one are you going for? You're going for the big one or one of the small ones? If you wanted to get you wanted to get the big one, I'd let you go at an angle. Or you could land directly behind it, I suppose.
No, I'm going to smack. I'm gonna smack the first one that I come across. So I guess that would be the
This
as
one,
the
back over
dragons
here.
are all
Yeah.
circled. It's the last one on the left side. I'm just gonna smack it and run, and I'm going to roll to hit with my flail.
Yep.
So that's gonna be a +4 to hit. 16.
Oh yeah. Roll damage.
Where's my D8? Here's my D8. That's a D12. Sorry. That's going to be 6.
Oh. You smack the ever-living dog shit out of this thing. And
Gave it skull in.
yeah, almost. You clock it right, like the head of the flail hits it right in the fucking jaw, and it like whips back, and it stays on the ground for a solid 3 seconds, and it slowly starts to get up. This thing is very fucked. They don't seem to have a lot of health.
I've given the dragon brain damage.
You have given the dragon for sure brain damage.
I am gonna.
And in your brain, you get a telepathic image of the dragon getting the dog shit smacked out of it. Because they have telepathy.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
And you get a very big feeling of anger. Like, why
And then
did you smack the dog shit out of me?
Important question. Important question. Do I feel that it is angry, or do I feel angry?
It is angry.
Okay.
Because you smacked the dog shit out of it.
So I'm gonna keep running, and I'm gonna yell, "You stabbed me!" I'm gonna run.
Oh, we're gonna make new turns.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and
I will say none of them get attacks of opportunity on this.
And while he's doing
Well, I
that,
hope
I wanted
not.
to stealth down and try and steal the egg.
Yeah, so you get advantage
roll
because
new initiative?
Well, I rolled a
go ahead.
27.
Okay, so you're good on that. Everyone roll new initiative.
Okay.
Oh, that's better. That's an 18.
Holy cow, that's gonna be an unnatural 20.
Pseudo dragon gets an 18.
Still better, faster than it. Cool.
The ambush drake is a okay. What'd you get, Michael?
I got an unnatural 20, which I think I've just put in.
You have descending order. Okay, so we're gonna start at the top of initiative now. That triggered initiative. You feel like you're pretty well hidden. Are you tying a rope around you, or are you just gonna slide down?
I'm just gonna slide down and grab it and go back up.
Okay, so that'll happen on your turn, because him smacking the dog shit out of this thing started initiative.
I will also say I am running towards the portals that we entered through. Kind of half assuming that I'm just gonna go through them again.
Cool.
Oh, great.
So it's your turn. What are you doing? You gonna move your full 60 towards it, Michael?
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
so
your
yeah,
first start
yeah.
initiative.
5. Yeah, I'm gonna move as far as I can to get there.
Yeah, 50 feet will get you there.
So,
You
when I
step
hit
on
that,
it.
when I hit them.
Mhm.
Anything?
Nope.
I'm going to grab my flail as hard as I can, and I'm gonna say, "God, why?" And I'm gonna turn around and start running the other direction, which is gonna get me to there. So I'm just running straight at the dragons again.
Yep. Okay. Now we'll do the heist. Da-na-na-na-na.
I'm gonna
Cue Mission Impossible
slide
music. That's
down,
copyrighted.
slide down the 10 feet, grab the
Make
egg.
an acrobatics check.
Oh, dear God.
Or athletics, but I assume you want acrobatics.
I'm not proficient in either, but yes, acrobatics. That's a 4.
Be happy you rolled such a good stealth check because you eat shit on the way down.
I just tumble and I land face first, but silently.
You do in fact land prone. I'm not going to make you take any damage because I'm a benevolent god.
Yeah.
Also, it's... Yeah, so you land prone. So that's 10 feet of your movement gone.
Okay. Standing up, I guess, would cost another 15.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're, like, there.
We're going to stand up. Will it take my action to grab the egg?
Nah, it's right in front of you.
Okay.
You can just grab it.
Grab the egg, and then I'm going to dash back up.
Okay. Well, there are no rocks around you to start your climb. You are at the mouth of a cave that you, if you're looking into the cave, it just it goes like 20 feet back and then it like rounds off. You see like a little pile of hay. I will get rid of the egg token since it is in your possession.
All right, can I stealth over to... Nope, wrong button. Over to here. It should be 25 feet.
Sure.
That leaves me with 10 left, which is not
half
enough
of
to
what
climb.
you need.
Yeah.
Yep. So you can't even start the climb. You are back against the wall, hoping to God these things don't notice you.
Yep.
Do they notice him?
Well, it's the pseudo dragon's turn. They're gonna look back and see that the thing is gone. Oh, hey, they have keen senses. That's nice.
Fuck. Based on what? Smell?
Based on sight, hearing, or smell.
Oh.
So, we
Ooh.
built level 1 characters, right?
I didn't know that the pseudo dragons could. Actually, I did, but that's a 21 for their perception check. What was your stealth check?
27.
What?
Man, oh man, they wish they could suss you out, man. They wish they could suss you out.
You have become one with the stone. Meanwhile, the stone creature is currently barreling towards them.
They're all gonna start fanning out. This one right here, I'm gonna put the skull on. That's the one that's been fucked up. They're all gonna start fanning out. Kind of going towards the charging stone man. More looking for the egg.
I have just
That's all they're gonna do. Because they spent their action sniffing, snurfing around.
Okay.
Ambush Drake.
Oh, Jesus.
It's gonna try and sniff around for the egg. This thing does not have. There's no way. There's no way.
I rolled a natural 20, and I have expertise in stealth.
Yeah, okay. I'm not even gonna roll. It can't do it. It tries. It's
One
gonna go
of us
like.
is good at something.
It's gonna go backwards into the cave, thinking that it might be in the cave. Because you were standing behind it.
Yeah.
So it's picking up that scent and it's going backwards into the cave. I'm gonna do that. It's like halfway in the cave, halfway not. That's its turn.
Okay.
So it's my turn again?
Yep.
Okay, so
You've got
Erik
climb ups there and there. Or there.
So Erik is going to move he's gonna use his whole movement. Just give me a sec. I need to suss out what I can do from this area. Alright, so that would be my whole movement for that phase. Then okay, so that won't work. Sorry, I'm just going through a couple different strategies on where I could go. So there is a set of stone to the side, but I'm not going to be able to get there with 20 left. So what he's going to do instead is he's going to use his full movement to get all the way to the stepped area that he went up the first time. And can I prepare an action if I've dashed?
Nope.
Okay, in that case, I'm just gonna run to that area, and that's what I do. That's what I do.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Next up is Finn. What's up, buddy?
20 feet up to there.
Mm-hmm. As you're
Are you
climbing, make another
stealthing?
stealth check. As you're climbing, make another
okay.
stealth check.
17.
Yep.
Okay.
That's a human number.
27.
That's exactly.
Or
Jesus.
25, 30. And then dash, 5, 10. And that'll be my 30 right there.
You went up. He got up to the top level, all in one smooth bullshit stealthing. Meanwhile, I'm clattering around like a maniac.
Yep. You are
Okay.
the distraction. And that is being generous.
Speaking of, are they distracted?
Speaking of, it's their turn. They're all the pseudo dragons are gonna try and sniff out the egg.
Mm-hmm.
That is that, and then they get advantage, so they get to try one more time. Well, that ain't gonna do it, Chief.
Yes. Okay,
They
good.
are very concerned, and they
What
are
did
fanning
you just
out.
roll?
I rolled a 3 and a 6.
Thank God.
A 3 and a 6, huh?
This one that got the dog shit smacked out of it is actually going to come up to you and start like circling you. It doesn't see you have the egg, but he's very angry at you, Michael, because you smacked the dog shit out of him. This one is going to break off in that direction. This one is actually going to fly up. This one's going to fly up, and down. And that's their turn.
So Eric heard Jason's speaking in Draconic, right?
Yeah, the first couple times? Yeah.
So
You
Eric
try to
is
mimic that.
Eric
hang
is
on. First
going
the
to
guard
try
trick.
and mimic Draconic as best he can.
First, the guard drake. He is back in here. He's gonna try to sniff it out real quick. Boop, boop, boop. Not with a natural 1. In fact, with a natural 1, he is going to be walking out, and he's gonna hit his head on the top of the cave, and he's gonna give himself a good bonk, and he's gonna take 1d4 of bonk damage.
That's nice.
Oh,
That's
good.
3 bonk damage.
Oh, wow. That's more bonk damage than I thought.
Great.
So he's at some amount of health left now.
Mm-hmm.
And he's out here, and he's a little dazed because he got bonked. You, Eric, you hear like the entire ground shake as that bonk happens. Like that hurt. Same for you, Finn, from a little bit further away. You can look back and see the bonk.
Okay.
There's got to be a better word than bonk.
Nope,
There's
not anymore. There's no
bonk.
Guys, I found the title for the first episode. It's bonk.
I don't know if that's what it is.
Probably not, no.
I was hoping for the Michael fucks up his camera corner.
That'll be a segment.
All right, Eric, you're up.
So,
This one's unhappy with you, but that seems to be the only one that's unhappy with you.
I'm gonna do the obvious thing, and instead of dashing, I'm going to smack it and then run.
Perfect. So proud of you.
I'm gonna smack it as hard as I can with my flail.
You rolled a bonk.
Does an 11 bonk?
As Eric goes back and he's like, man, I hit this thing once. I can hit it again. He comes back and he forgets that it can fly as it just flaps its wings once and just goes right up above where the flail would go. He didn't calculate for the fact that it can fucking fly.
Eric is gonna yell very loudly, "My God, they can fly!" And he's gonna start running up the.
You're gonna run out of its range, so it's gonna take its attack of opportunity. Yada yada yada.
Eric's
This time it's gonna try to bite you. It's not gonna try and sting you. It's gonna try and bite you.
Oh, good.
That is a 15.
Doesn't hit. He can suck it.
As he comes down to try to bite you, you just take your shield and you just deflect it off as you're climbing.
No.
No.
All right, so that's gonna be 5.
Well, this one has this.
That's
This one has the steps up. So, in the heat of the moment, make an athletics check.
Oh God.
It's
I'm
not
glad
hard.
you keep using athletic.
That's climbing.
That's a 10.
That's what you needed. Congratulations. You don't have to spend. You can spend the normal 10 feet of movement to get up to the next layer.
Okay, so that means I've moved 15 feet. I'm gonna use the last 15 to run for the first like bit of the wall I can get to. So it's gonna be
So that guy.
yeah. I'm just gonna get to the wall and basically put my arms out and grab onto the edge of the wall, and that's gonna be my turn.
Okay. Oh, I forgot you're also 8 feet tall. That's right. Yes. You're a big man. You're a big man. Yes.
I'm a big
You're a big
boy.
boy. You're a big boy. Speaking of not big
Tells me I'm a
boys.
big boy.
Speaking of not big boys, Finn.
5,
You
10,
tiny little weasel.
15, 20, 25, 30. We're going to dash again. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
So as you are just fucking booking it, you look back over the corner to see that, in fact, Erik is still climbing, and you're like, all right, fine. I guess he's still going. You don't really care, it seems. And you basically power slide into this portal. As you're within 10 feet of it, the rainbow effect suddenly appears again, and it seems that the portal reactivates. And as you slide through, you're instantly teleported, and that's where we're going to end you.
And
Oh,
Erik
I'm gone.
Erik is gonna say, "Don't worry, I'm almost there," and he's gonna pull himself up the wall.
Well,
Oh wait, no, it's
first,
not my turn.
yeah,
Yeah.
first it's the pseudo-dragons.
Yeah.
This one's unhappy with you. Yeah, okay, he's fine. Boop. Eat stinger, bitch.
I don't want to eat stinger.
Well, it rolled a 2, so you're fine.
It's not nutritious.
It tries to basically do like a dive bomb stinger, and you can actually see it telegraph this thing immediately, and you just sidestep it as it goes right into the wall. And it seems like it really hurt. It like sprained its stinger.
It slams into the wall, and I look at it and I say, "Who can fly now?" And I grab onto the wall again.
Well, next up is the guard drake. Is he going to do anything? Or actually, the
bonk
egg's
himself.
gone. The egg's gone. So they're all going to go into a little bit of a frenzy. This drake here. Hua.
Ooh.
And that's his turn.
Yeah.
That's his turn. That's his turn.
Hey. Ooh, cool.
You're up.
Okay.
I will say
so I'm gonna use-
the rest of them start coming back over. Boop.
So I'm gonna use the 10 feet, 20 feet to get up to the top, and I'm gonna book it the rest. Can I make it in 40 feet? Can I make it in 40 feet? Oh,
You.
yes.
You.
I'm exactly 40 feet away, and I want the image of this to be like the ending music for any football movies starting as I'm
you're
just
making the wing
running
touchdown.
wide. Yeah, but I'm
Your eyes are
wide-eyed,
wide. Yeah.
screaming, and I've got a shield on one hand, flail. Just yeah, no, I am anything but
Just
Graceful.
looking good. And can I say that I trip into the portal?
Oh,
100%,
for sure you can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes.
I fall. And
You
when
get
I
right
come out on
about
the
you
other
get right
side-
about here before you hit
Yeah,
a
like
little
10 feet
rock,
away.
and you trip and you fall. And as you're about to fall forward, you like outstretch your arm to hit the portal, and as it touches the portal, the whole thing sucks you in. If you look behind you, you would see a swarm of pseudo dragons and one guard drake coming up towards
Okay.
you. And boop. So first we're gonna do Finn. Finn, you come out of the portal and you're like skidding forward still. You like have to like stop yourself. And you're breathing heavily and you're beat to shit.
I just hold up the dragon egg above me. I got it.
And you see Ulysses standing there, and he's just kind of got his head cocked to the side. Where is? And then in that moment, Erik comes tripping, like barrel rolling through,
I like
Finn,
slide
make a deck
on my
save.
Oh
face.
fuck.
And make a deck save to get out of the way.
21.
You hear it first, so you instinctually just sidestep
Oh shit.
as you see him like a bowling ball come through and like land basically at Ulysses' feet, and he like stops you with his foot. He's like, ah,
I look
never
up
mind.
I look up at Ulysses and I say, "Dragons are real, man."
Yes. He looks up at Finn. Did he not know that?
I don't know. You said you met paintings before, or was that like...
Yeah, you saw the paintings in the second challenge, Erik.
Erik does not. Erik, there's no recognition over his face. He doesn't remember last challenge.
Ulysses is gonna look up at Finn and say, "Ah, I see you recovered the egg.
Yeah.
Took you a little bit long." He looks down again at his wrist where there should be a watch, but there's nothing.
There's no
took you
watch.
guys. Yeah, there's no watch. That took you guys a little bit longer. Yet again, are these? He mutters to himself, "Are these challenges too hard, or are they too bad?"
Honestly, it might be a little bit of both.
If you'll hand over the egg to one of our, and as he says that, a scientist walks through the door, that same one with the goggles and the pockmark, is that there's a new pockmark on the right side. Like something else happened to him. And he's really tired, and he's like, "Oh, okay. More chemicals. Yay." And he just walks back into the room. "So, gentlemen, it seems you have completed all 3 tasks, albeit barely."
There were no bears, only dragons.
And at that moment, we're gonna end it, you stupid fuck.
Right
With a
as
deep look of
Irvin...
disappointment.
Irvin walks back in right at that moment, and it almost immediately just... Nope.
Irvin, like, if the focus was racked to the background, you would see Irvin pop his head through the door, see you guys beat to shit, and just go, nope, and pop his head back into the doorway.
All right. That's where we're gonna leave this episode off.
That is
Yep.
episode
So next-
1. Next time
episode
is I believe
You wanna
I
do
am
it,
doing
Jake?
it. Yes, I think I'm the one running the next session. So next time will be a discussion of one of the worlds that I have designed. We will be heading to the city of Vendulsa.
Ooh. Teaser.
Yes, and as per our rules, so the rules we have set for leveling up, we are using Milestone for this, is each of us need to run a session equal to the level we are currently at. So technically, since each of us ran a session this time, we level up, so we are all now level 2.
So then we'll each need to run. We'll
Loophole
each
I
need to
get
run
behind.
2 sessions to hit level 2, and so on.
To hit level 3, yes.
Yes.
okay.
But
So everyone's gonna level up. That'll
if
be
you've
fun.
made it this far, thank you for all for watching.
Yeah.
Tune in next time. I have no idea
Who's doing
when...
the outro?
I don't know. I have no idea when these are going to be posted VOD-wise.
The outro. What are you talking about? We say the thing we always say at the end of these things. We say, "I'm sorry
Yeah?
for my camera." We say, "I'm sorry for my camera."
I say I'm sorry for Michael's existence.